And thank you so much for joining me once again, and welcome to our evening edition forecast. I had a little bit of an interruption there, so I had to pause it and start over again, so that way we can focus in on what's going on. First thing that I want to talk about is that we do have some things that we need to discuss first. Out in the Great Lakes, if you're in northern Michigan, there's actually a section that actually has winter weather advisory up north up there. You guys have some wintry weather going on up there, and then up in the Upper Peninsula, there's actually winter weather advisory in effect for you guys as well. And then in the Midwest, you can see that there's winter weather advisories that are in effect, and then there's winter storm warnings or watches that have been posted in the Midwest. But there isn't a lot of action going on currently at this time, but that doesn't mean that we're actually out of the loop for some action to happen. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about the rest of the forecast, and we will pinpoint when the real action is going to start. We're going to talk about the next potential for winter storm, and we'll let you know what the impacts are going to be and how bad. And also, we'll talk about snow accumulation and how much and when it's going to arrive. Stay tuned. I've got more coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere, and we'll talk about what's going to be expected. We'll be right back right after this. And thank you so much for joining me once again. We're going to go ahead and continue with our forecast. So I basically wanted to also explain for us in Southeast Michigan, we actually will have a cold blast of cold blast that's going to arrive tonight and Friday. So that means that high temperatures will stick in the 20s both Friday and Saturday. And then these are the updates that for tonight. Forecast highlights for tonight. Scattered snow showers developing with a dusting to a half an inch of accumulation. And then temperatures falling into 20 to 25 degree range by sunrise. So that does sound awfully cold as well. And then for Friday and Saturday, Arctic air moves through southeast Michigan. Highs in the in the 20s are expected for both Friday and Saturday, and then wind chills 0 to 5 degrees on Friday night. So that is going to be mighty chilly stuff. And then on Sunday, we'll have some improvements, but highs still only around 30 degrees. So it's not going to be a really big jump in the temperatures, okay? So for Friday's high temperatures across our viewing area in Saginaw, it's actually going to be quite cold. So in Saginaw, 25, Flint 25, Howell 24, Pontiac 26, Port Huron 28, Sanilac 24, Bad Axe 25, Ann Arbor 26, Detroit 29, Adrian 27, and then Monroe 28 degrees for a high on Friday. And then we're looking at lows on Saturday morning in Saginaw, 14 degrees. On Saturday morning, you're going to wake up. It's going to be 14 degrees for you guys in Flint, Michigan, 13 degrees. Howell, 12 degrees. Pontiac, 13. Port Huron, 16 degrees. Sandusky, 14 degrees. Bad Axe, 15 degrees. Ann Arbor, 13 degrees. Detroit, Michigan, 16 degrees. Adrian, 14 degrees. And then Monroe, you'll have a high of 16 degrees. So when you wake up in the morning, that's what it's going to feel like in the morning. So pretty much for the most part, it's going to feel like wintertime around here. So make sure that you're bundling up. Make sure you've got your winter jackets. Make sure that you have an extra layer. And make sure that you have those gloves. Make sure that you dress up for the weather and stay warm and everything. And if you got your boots and your scarves and that might be necessary as well. Stay tuned. We've got more on the rest of our forecast coming up. We'll be right back, and then we'll tell you what's ahead and what will be expected. And then the 7 day forecast will be up at 8 o'clock. We'll be right back with more. Stay tuned. Sorry for moving the camera around. Anyway, we're going to talk about snow totals. I did explain that to you earlier, that we were going to talk about that in the beginning of the forecast. I said that I was going to kind of keep you up to speed on all of that, and then we'll look at GFS models, trying to fit everything in here, and then that way everything's all good. So we're looking at total snowfall, and this is actually for January the 24th. Will actually have a look here. You can see that there isn't really a lot of accumulation to actually talk about in this model right here, but you can see that there's actually some spots over here that will actually see about an inch. There's some areas that will see about 1.2 inches of snow, and then there's a 1.4, 1.1, 1.6, and I'm going to say about a half an inch or so of snow, but it's not really a whole lot on this day. I'm going to actually continue to go forward into time here and let you know exactly how much snow we will be expecting within the next couple of days, because once the next winter storm starts rolling here, we're actually going to find out about accumulations, because yesterday things were actually downward yesterday, and total snowfall accumulations actually were rather down. So now we're going to find out if there's any changes to that. Stay tuned. I'm going to give you the rest of the total snowfall on the GFS models, and then we'll have more to come right after that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And thank you so much for tuning in this evening. This is actually our GFS total snowfall accumulation report so far. I'm trying to keep you guys up to speed, and then we're going to talk about the different systems that are going to start rolling in, and then we'll kind of talk about the next potential for the snow storms. This is actually just total snowfall to get you guys in the loop of what's going on. So for total accumulations on January the 25th, there's actually in Macomb County some sections in the darker gray right there can actually see about an inch of snow, and it looks like maybe this section in the western part of Macomb County might even see close to an inch of snow. And then for the remainder of Macomb County, you can see that there's a good section that will actually see about an inch of snow, but you can actually see that most areas are going to see about an inch or so of snow, particularly at this point. I'll continue to keep an eye on that. So stay tuned as we continue to wrap up the forecast. If I'm not able to get the rest of the forecast up, I will have the rest of the GFS models up on the second half of the forecast. But stay tuned. I'll have more on the rest of the total snowfall GFS models, and then we'll continue on with the forecast. We'll be right back after this. Please subscribe, like, comment if you like my content. Please give me a thumbs up. We'll be right back with more right after this. And welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I just want to talk more about the snow accumulations really quick, and then I will be back momentarily, and I'll have the second half of the rest of the forecast. So as you can see across southeast Michigan in our metropolitan Detroit areas, you can see that some areas are seeing about an inch or so of snow. That's actually farther to the north, but you can actually see that the numbers are actually starting to jump. But there's actually a lot of sections that have about 2 inches or so of snow. So I'll continue to keep an eye on that, and I'll have the rest of the total snowfall GFS models up and the rest of the forecast, and that's the second half. So please come back and join me. I'm trying to fit everything in. I'm going to see if I can get total snowfall accumulations for January the 26th, and then I will see you guys in the next half of our forecast very, very soon. We'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening. Let's go over GFS models for total snowfall for January the 26th. Like I said before, I will be updating the GFS models again on the snowfall as well. So even though that these are totals that I am telling you now, I'll be checking in a couple of hours, so that might even change. So it's really hard to say what will happen. We'll have to keep you posted on that, so make sure that you stay tuned, and I'll have more developments on the rest of the snow situation and what shapes up here. So you can see in some of our metropolitan areas, some areas like Macomb County will actually see 2 inches of snow, maybe 2.5 inches of snow, because in Macomb County, this section can see about 2.1 inches of snow, and then if you go further into southern Macomb County, 2.3 inches of snow, and then if you're on the borderline of Macomb County, 2.1 inches of snow. So you can see that there are other areas that are going to see about 2 inches or so at the very most, but I will have the rest of the GFS models, and I will definitely give you more updates on the next development for our snowstorm, and I'll let you know how badly that is going to impact the Midwest as well as Michigan and Southeast Michigan and the Great Lakes. We'll see you guys in the second half of our forecast. We'll be back at 7 p.m. for the second half of our forecast. We'll see you then. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at 7 p.m.